Hello everyone and welcome back guys to another F1 2018 gameplay video today, where today we're here with the Williams FW25, if I'm not mistaken here, the F1 2003 Formula 1 car. Obviously, this video is fairly similar to the one I did in the Brawn. It's actually the exact same race. Now, obviously a very different car. It's the same sort of concept was obviously the fact that I couldn't actually drive this car, so I've had to let the AI do it. I'm not going to this time leave in just a full version of the race with no audio. Unfortunately, I was really frustrated with the Brawn one. It just meant that people kept just ripping it and then re-uploading it to their own channels, which unfortunately, as much as I want to, leave that whole footage in again, unfortunately, I just cannot do so this time around because I don't want people nicking my footage. So this is going to be a 3-lap race around the Monaco Grand Prix circuit in the Williams FW25. An absolutely incredible machine. Obviously got the V10, nearly won the 2003 World Championship. They got very unlucky in the final couple of rounds of the season there, which was very unfortunate for the whole team. But obviously, still a very good car. One of actually very few cars in this game that didn't win a World Championship, obviously. Usually they try to pick either World Championship cars or obviously very much sort of iconic cars. I think obviously they had things like the 1995 Ferrari, which was the last V12 car ever used in Formula 1 as well. So obviously just, different things like that. Either World Championship cars or ones of big historical reference as well in terms of Formula 1. So yeah, but obviously a very nice car. It was highly requested as well in terms for this game as well. And, with that V10 roar coming through the Monaco tunnel, I will leave the audio on the next lap of just this car coming through the Monaco GP tunnel there. But overall, yeah, this car actually seems very quick. I'm looking forward to doing some comparisons between this and like the 2002 Ferrari and the 2004 Ferrari, because this car, in these races, as I said, very good on the whole. It seemed actually, really quick, obviously down the straights with the V10 with that much grunt, but also didn't actually seem too bad through the corners either as well, which is obviously be very interesting to see for comparison laps coming on down the line. So obviously make sure, if you want to see those, do click that subscribe button on the channel as well. I cannot thank everyone enough for the absolute insane amount of support on the video so far. It's actually been almost mind-blowing, the amount of support that has continued on throughout the entirety of these videos. So I cannot thank you guys enough, and hopefully, you guys have enjoyed a lot of the gameplay content. There is still a few more videos to go. There are a couple more gameplay ones and sort of a couple of side ones as well that I want to cover a little bit further down the line as well. But we are getting now very close to the release of F1 2018 as well. So obviously, hopefully, you guys are as hyped as I am for that game as well here. But coming through the Monaco tunnel, and then listen to this car. So unfortunately there, as you can hear, the AI do actually short shift a little bit too much for my personal liking. I'd really like to rev the nuts off this car given the chance at another point as well. But obviously still a fantastic sounding beast on the whole, listening to it from the rear. Obviously it does sound a little bit more quiet, but I must say as well, this car does look absolutely stunning as well. I really sort of wasn't actually a particularly big fan of BMWs, sort of through between this and probably up until the Martini logos, but this one, I must admit, it does still look pretty good. There is something about a classic Formula 1 car with a V10 strapped to the back of it that certainly does have quite an appeal to me as well. But in the cockpit cam, as you can see, they started obviously with a bit more sophisticated dashes by this point on Formula 1 cars, a little bit different to the Ferrari dashes of the same era. They're almost more like, a few more of the modern cars as well. There was certainly a lot less buttons than you see obviously nowadays in the Formula 1 cars as well here. But coming through the final lap then of this Grand Prix overall, you can just see we've actually got the Brawn and myself and the Ferrari sat right on the rear of this car as well. Certainly struggles quite a bit through the corners, nonetheless. Obviously the AI as well aren't able to maintain as momentum and be as brave as the real drivers are as well on this game as well. But obviously the Brawn is probably a lot better in terms of aerodynamics sat behind it as well, which around the Monaco Grand Prix circuit, aero is absolutely everything as well. But coming through to back then in towards the final couple of corners even of this Monaco Grand Prix. As I said, I can only apologise that I can't just leave in full footage of this race, but I do not want people nicking my footage once again. They were through to back, and Anthony Nogues through Rascass and Anthony Notes on the final corner of this race. Then that has been the BMW FW25, an absolute monster of a car. As I said, I'm really looking forward to trying to upload more content from this car over the next few weeks. But as I've said, thank you all so much for watching this video. If you want to see some more comparison laps between this car and a few cars from the era around it, make sure you do click that subscribe button, like the video as well if you've enjoyed and you want to see more F1 2018 content on the channel. Thank you so much for the mad amount of support on videos recently, and I will see you guys next time for a brand new video.